Hey everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Monday. Back to you with a Monday edition reading. We've got a lot of cards here. I ended up using 7 different decks. And I did a really thorough reading today. So we've got the usual, we've got the divine feminine, the divine masculine, head, heart, 3D space. We have 3D messages from both sides to each other. We have current connective energy, future energies, actions the masculine is going to take towards the connection. And then I did a quick check in on the Akashic records, like where are they in the contract, okay? I'm going to tell you in advance that we have a lot of tens on the table today, okay? Um, we had the Ten of Swords, which is the first card that came out for the Divine Masculine. So that right away gave me just a little bit of anxiety. We have also the Ten of Wands that comes out. We have the Wheel, which is a number 10 card that comes out. We have the Ten of Swords that shows up in the Divine Feminine space. The Ten of Wands also shows up in her space. Um, no Ten of Cups, no Ten of Pentacles, but the Ten of Swords shows up 3 times. 3 times in his space, her space, and the current connective energy. So I really, and the Ten of Wands, right? So I really feel like at this point in time, this relationship is going through some growing pains, through some major challenges. I'm really getting also that it's probably a lot to do with their communication, or that maybe they're not communicating well. And I say that because when I did check in on their Akashic records, the bottom of the deck was Archangel Gabriel. Okay, Archangel Gabriel. And he's all about communication. He's the divine messenger. Okay, he's all about sacred words of truth. He's about profound connections. He's about expression. And I feel like maybe this is the challenge that there's a lot of wounds. There's a lot of burdens. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the past with this collective couple that now they're having to work through. And I'm getting 7 of Wands in both of their 3D spaces, and I just feel like they're guarding themselves a lot. And so that's why they're not able to communicate well. And then lots of different things start happening in people's headspace, and they start thinking, and then they get trapped into the Eight of Swords energy. Okay. And it's a little bit of a problem. So we're having a little bit of a problem moving forward in this connection. Okay. I don't know if I necessarily feel like it's over. I don't think it's over at all. I feel like it's a pause. I hate that word. I feel like it's not a pause. I feel like it is just a little bit of a reset, to figure out how to communicate. Okay. I don't know that today they're going to come out of it, because I will tell you in advance, spoiler alert, for the future energy, we have 3 of Swords: heartbreak, loss, sadness. And so I do feel like right now, this future energy that is very much stemming from this current connective energy that has the Ten of Swords in it, is creating this 3 of Swords. So, if things don't change, people don't start to communicate better, then, there might be an ending, at least in the 3D, for this connection. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? Bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine, 6 of Cups. So he's nostalgic. He's nostalgic. He's thinking about this relationship. He is wanting to come together. He really wants to come together. 6 of Cups is about past loves reuniting. 6 of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about reflection. Sometimes 6 of Cups also has to do with children. And if it has anything to do with children, that comes up in this where they are in their current contract. And so, there may be this a desire for him again. Like I've been saying, there's very much this masculine wants to have a family with his feminine, and it comes up here very much in their Akashic records, but I just feel like right now he's viewing her more cutthroat than he is in the compassionate sense. And that has a lot to do with her bottom of the deck, which is Ace of Cups. Now, Ace of Cups typically means, like a renewal in love. Okay. This is also self-love. And based on the cards that I have for her, is she's choosing herself again. Okay. She's choosing herself again. And she's choosing to love herself because this connection at this time is not bringing her peace. It's not bringing her any joy. We don't have Cups energy in her space. We don't have any Cups energy in her space. And so she's trying to be very logical, other than wanting to, just move forward, into this relationship. She's trying to be logical. She's choosing herself. There's no Cups energy, because the questions here for her are, how does she feel when she thinks about him? How does she feel when she's in her heart space? How does she feel in the 3D space? No Cups. I thought that was very, very enlightening. Interestingly enough, he doesn't have any Cups for her either, other than the match of he wants her to be the Queen of Cups, and in the headspace she wants him to be the King of Cups. So it's very, very interesting. They are not in their emotions, they are in their thoughts. Okay, the only Cups that they have is their underlying energy of nostalgia for him, self-love for her. So let's go ahead and get started in the divine masculine's headspace. Okay, what does he have? He has the Ten of Swords, endings, breakups, loss. But with every ending, there becomes this renewal. Okay, there's a beginning. The 10 goes to the 1. Okay, and interestingly enough, we do have the Ace of Swords under his 3D message and right under the Dark Night of the Soul as the clarifier. So right now he's just going through something major, but when he thinks about his feminine, he feels like it's over. This is not the first time that we've gotten this card for him. Okay, so there may have been an exchange of words, there may have been an exchange of messages, or something that has put him in this energy of this relationship is over until he balances the scale. Justice comes up 2 times. Justice is here in his headspace. Justice is also a clarifier in his 3D message. And so what happens here is that he knows that this is over until he is able to balance the scales with her. And then that's the only way he's going to get to this 4 of Wands, because he does want structure, stability, this, commitment, this, this relationship with this feminine. He does want that. But right now he is seeing his feminine in the Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck for the connective energy. So there's no third party that's showing up here, although we did get the third party card, but it's not a person so much as emotions and feelings. Okay, so that has come up. So this Queen of Swords, because she has also come up here in this current connective energy as the bottom of the deck, I know it's not a third party because it's in relation to him. So, and because we've received very similar cards that clarified his third party as the same cards that show up for her. So I hope that makes sense. So anyway, he's feeling like relationship is over until he can balance the scales and go through this karma. Only then will he have this structure, stability, and commitment with his feminine, who he views as the Queen of Swords, who is logical, who is wise, who can also be cutting with her words. And this Queen of Swords flew out with the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands comes out in his 3D message that clarifies the third party. Okay, and so when it came out with the Queen of Swords and then with the Queen of Swords here, what I know is is that he's feeling a little wounded by his Queen of Swords, by his divine feminine, okay? He's feeling wounded by her. There's probably been an exchange that he did not take well. And, you know, he does want to keep going, but he's exhausted, right? I mean, just like she's exhausted. They're both exhausted from this journey that has been very, very trying. It's almost like there was this feeling that, oh, all of a sudden now that we're talking again and we've connected and we've seen each other, that it should be easier. Well, no, it's quite the opposite. It's not easy. It's harder now because now they actually have to work through things and communicate, and they're just not doing a great job at it. So in his headspace, he feels like it's over, but he knows he needs to balance the scales in order for this rebirth of this Four of Wands, this commitment to occur. And, you know, right now he feels like he's dealing with the Queen of Swords. Okay, bottom line, he feels like he's dealing with the Queen of Swords. So remember, she's in the self-love as her underlying Ace of Cups. That's her bottom of the deck. So first card that flew out for her, Five of Swords. He's got 10 of Swords, and she's like, we both lost this battle again, okay? And so we're in conflict again. And so, you know, she's kind of done. I'm sick of seeing this Five of Swords. It's a challenging card, right? This is a lose-lose fight. Nobody wins. And so in her headspace, she's in the Five of Swords energy. And yet she does want to manifest something new, but maybe that's manifesting something for herself with the Magician's card, because this relationship in her head, she knows it's gonna take a lot of work. There's a lot of wounds, there's a lot of healing, there's just a lot that is going to take her dedication and her time. And to be honest, I'm not sure if she feels like she's up for the challenge, because she gets this 10 of Wands in the 3D. And so this conflict has thrown her into the Magician's kind of energy, where she wants to manifest something new, something different. And if it's within this relationship, she knows it's going to take a long time, and it's going to take a lot of dedication and effort. And with who? With the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the match to the Queen of Cups in his heart space. She wants him to be emotionally mature. He's just not emotionally mature at this time. And that's where I also feel like I'm getting that child energy, is that I just feel like he doesn't have the emotional intelligence or maturity. You know, or maybe both of them don't, to be honest. Maybe both of them aren't communicating well, and it's just not going anywhere. Okay, so now in the heart space for the Divine Masculine, what he got was the Death card right away. First card that flew out. 10 of Swords and Death, okay? 10 of Swords in his headspace, Death in his heart space. He just feels like it's over. He feels like it's over. And again, he feels like if this is going to happen, it needs to be a transformation, right? They can't do the same stuff over and over again. So he's in the Page of Swords energy, just observing, you know, maybe not communicating, but a desire to communicate. Page of Swords comes up in his 3D message as well. And it's also clarified with the Justice card, which is very interesting because the Justice card is right above this Page of Swords in his spread. And so again, he knows that he cannot move forward with any communication, any message, any news until he balances the scales with her again. Okay, and then and only then can he have this Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, solid new offer. He wants to build something new. He wants to go from this depth, this transformation, to this solid offer. Make a solid offer. He wants to make plans. The Knight of Pentacles. But this is slow. Like, he's taking his time because he's in evaluation mode. Who does he want to make plans with? The Queen of Cups. The Queen is the match to the King. Okay, and so I really do feel like, you know, there is this desire to make plans with her, to communicate with her, to, you know, give her a solid offer. But right now, whatever has happened, I don't really know. It has thrown them into death mode. It has thrown them both into the 10 of Swords. And if we're going to read it this way, top down, right? We have 10 of Swords, we have death, and then we have the 3 of Wands. Right? That's the 3 of Wands is in his 3D space. If I read it top down, it's like the ending and a transformation and then waiting. Okay? That's really what's happening in his headspace. It's like there's this end. Now we need to transform, and I'm waiting. Okay? So I'm going to get to the 3D space, and I think I do want to do that with you guys actually I'm going to go to her heart space and then do 3D. And I think I'm going to read top down. I haven't done that before, but I think I'm going to do that just to see if there's an added message. So now in her heart space, when she's feeling for her masculine, she has the Page of Wands. So she wants communication, like communicate with me, send me something, send me some sort of news, send me some sort of message, because yes, I also want this commitment and this relationship with the four of wands. The 4 of Wands is the match to his headspace. She wants that, but she feels like people are keeping secrets. 7 of Swords, withholding information, and it's throwing them into conflict. 5 of Wands, other people involved. She feels like, okay, are we in a third party situation again? You're not speaking to me. 5 of Wands is, a lot of people involved in the relationship. So her vibe is like, you know what? I want this communication. I want this stable commitment with you, but this withholding and this, other people involved. I don't think there is right this second someone significant in his life, but that's where she goes right away. That's the first thing she does right away. And I don't blame her, because there have been third parties in the past. And so, she's like, I want the commitment, but I'm sick of the secrecy. I'm sick of this other people involved vibe. Just communicate. Now, in his 3D space, what does he want with his feminine? Okay, what does he want? He's waiting. He doesn't know yet how he's going to get anywhere with the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is about, you've planned with the 2 of Wands energy, and now you've sent it out there, and now you're waiting for something to come back. So they have obviously connected. They have seen each other, right? And so now he's just kind of like, okay, let me see what happens, what comes back. But he's not in a position to take any action because he's in the 8 of Swords. He's trapped in his thoughts. He wants to move this forward with the Chariot's card. The Chariot comes out 3 times. It's a match in the 3D space for her, and then it also comes out in her 3D message. It's like he's waiting, he's trapped in his thoughts, but he wants to move this forward. He wants to join the journey. He wants this renewal, rebirth, judgment. This is judgment. Judgment comes out in their current connective energy. But judgment is also about renewal. It's about rebirth. It's about second chances, but it's also a card of evaluation. And remember, he got Page of Swords twice. So he's kind of evaluating if he wants this relationship, if he wants to dedicate, if he wants to make the effort even now, right? I really feel like that's the vibe I'm getting, because this judgment card came out with the 7 of Wands. And so I feel like he's almost like pushing the connection or guarding himself. And it's over things we just don't know yet. We don't know just yet what it is, why he is guarding himself from her. All I can do is assume that it is because of, whatever conflict that they have just gone through, that has, has her in the 5 of Swords and has him in the 10 of Swords. So there is some sort of conflict between them that is really affecting the connection today. Okay. So here's where she is in her 3D space. And then I'm going to go top down on these cards. So she's looking for something equal. 6 of Pentacles, she definitely wants something of equal value. And I don't know that she sees equal value or effort. I just said that. Equal value or effort in this relationship. And that puts her in the 7 of Wands energy, which is a match to his 7 of Wands. So if you're not going to match me at my effort, I'm going to guard myself and protect myself. And that takes strength card, that takes strength, because I do love you, right? She has love for him, but she's going to hold back, and this Chariot gets stalled, okay? She's wanting equal exchange, but she's not getting it, so she feels defensive and she's guarded, and it's taking her a lot of strength. 2 things: to stay in this connection or to even leave it. Okay, and it's taking her strength not to continue to express how she feels, which is exactly why she doesn't have any cups for him. Okay, and so this movement forward is a burden. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is a match to him in his 3D message. 10 of Wands, she's burdened. This relationship is a burden, and trying to move it forward is a burden at this time, okay? So I'm really getting that they're both feeling this very heavy energy around this connection, and I feel a lot has to do with their inability to communicate well. I really do. That's why we have 10 of Swords all over the place here, and the Ten of Wands a few times. And it's just unfortunate because I feel like it's something that can be fixed, but they don't know how to communicate. So that is the problem here. Okay, so let's get to, I want to do this new thing here. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and I want to try to read this top down. I've never done it, so let me know what you guys think. Just want to see if I get an added message for you all, okay? So when I look top down for him, okay, he got the Ten of Swords, Death, and Three of Wands. So right away, head, heart, 3D, it's over. Relationship is over. We've experienced the death of this relationship, and now I'm going to wait to see what happens. Okay, sounds pretty right on to me. And then we have Justice, Page of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Yes, that makes sense. We can't move forward until the scales are balanced. This relationship is completely off kilter. I'm going to observe and not do anything at this time because I'm trapped in my thoughts. Well, that works too, right? That obviously makes sense. So then the next card we have is, oh, but feminine, I want a commitment with you. I want a relationship. I may even want to marry you, okay? And I want to make you this solid offer and move this relationship forward. So it's like, you know, he's got issues. Like, it's over, it's over, it's over. I'm trapped in my thoughts. But yes, I want this commitment. I want to make an offer. I want to move it forward. Interestingly enough, this whole row here all has 2 cards each. So let's see how this works. So what we have here is a Queen of Swords. You have wounded me, but I want to hang in there with you, okay? You're logical, you're wise, but you're also cutting. And I've been wounded, but I'm still determined to move forward in this relationship and make plans. But I need you to embody this Queen of Cups energy, okay? Because the Queen of Cups is compassionate and understanding. And until, you know, we can... you can embody the Queen of Cups, then we can have this renewal. But until then, my heart is guarded, or I am guarding myself from this relationship. It sounds a little cowardish to me, but I think that's interesting. His feelings are his feelings. So honestly, I got to take that back. You can't judge him. But I just really feel like, you know, there's been some words exchanged, which has wounded him, but he still doesn't want to give up. He wants to make plans, but he wants to make plans with you when you are much more compassionate. He wants this renewal and this rebirth, but this energy right now is that he's just guarding himself and he is holding off on the connection at this time. All right, let's do this for her now. So she's like, you know, we're in conflict. We've had an issue. We've had an argument, and I need you to communicate with me and share equally, okay? She's like, I want to manifest this relationship, but I too am guarded until you communicate or until you can come forward, okay? I mean, I feel like they're saying the same thing. Magician, Four of Wands, right? He has Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, very 3D based. And she's just like, yeah, I want to manifest something new, but I'm guarded as well. And so then we have, you know, this is going to take dedication and commitment, but your inability to be honest is a issue because you're withholding information. So it is taking me great strength to hang in there and even want to be a part of this relationship. I need you to be the King of Wands. Come out of conflict so that we can make, you know, we can move this relationship forward and come out of burden. But until then, King of Cups, this relationship is a burden to me, okay? Let's go into the Divine Masculine. Let me know what you guys thought of that, by the way, top down, because if you guys like it, I might start doing that. Okay, let's do 3D messages, and then we'll get into connective energy. First message from the Divine Masculine, third party. So, you know, again, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Third party is like, universe, please give me messages to clearly identify what this third party is and who and whatever it is. And so right away, I got the Eight of Swords. So where did the Eight of Swords come up? The Eight of Swords came up in how he feels about her in the 3D. So I was like, okay, that's a good sign that it's not a person. It's about him, how he feels. He's trapped in his head about her. Then the next card was the Nine of Wands. And remember, the Nine of Wands clarified this Queen of Swords, who's also here in their connective. So I knew, again, if it's a repeating card, it shows up in the space. I knew it was her again. And then we have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands comes up for her in the 3D. So I really feel like this is not a person at this time. See, if it was a karmic partner, that would have been different. But because we have third parties can be anything. So let me say that again for those of you who want to comment. Third parties can be anything. Third parties can be jobs. Third parties can be families. Third parties can be emotions. Third parties can be finances. Third parties can be a lot of things. So in this situation, if it was karmic partner, I'd say no, it's a person. Absolutely not, it's a person. But here, thank God, it's a third party. And all three cards have shown up already on this spread. So I know the third party is his feelings around the feminine. He is trapped, he is wounded, and this relationship is a burden. He's telling you that maybe he doesn't have it within him at this time. He wants to hang in there. Nine of Wands is like this desire to hang in there, but he's trapped in his head. He's in this self-inflicted prison, which is creating this Ten of Wands. They both have the Ten of Wands. The relationship is burdensome, okay? He's then saying muse, right? Muse is about inspiration. He's inspired by her, but he's inspired to balance the scales. Hopefully he wants to balance the scale. Justice came up in his headspace. He knows if he wants to move forward with this Nine of Wands energy towards his queen, he needs to balance the scales. And it further came out with the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is right underneath Justice. That's again, that's why I know it's him, right? So, or her as the third party. It's that he is inspired by her. He wants to balance the scales, but he's in observation mode at this time before he can manifest anything. This is the Magician card. Magician came up in her headspace where she's also looking to manifest. So it just really feels like he's just not strong enough yet. He's just not strong enough. He doesn't have his words. He doesn't know how to move this forward. His third message is twin flame. Twin flame, okay? So if that is a message, if you guys are wondering if you're part of this collective and this is resonating, this card flew out. He knows there is a divine partnership here. But Three of Swords, he knows he has been, that you have been heartbroken, that there's been loss, that there have been third-party situations. And Three of Swords comes out in the future. I'm just going to tell you right now that, you know, again, people are feeling loss and sadness because, again, the third party is his emotions. So when the third party came up and the emotions clarified it, his burden, his headspace being confused, his wounded energy, when this Three of Swords came up with the twin flame and the Three of Swords is here, with these other cards, I know that it's not a person at this time. It's about he is wounded, she is wounded. They have wounded each other. And this 10 cycle needs to end. This cycle of heartbreak, this cycle of loss, this cycle of, you know, inability to communicate and stay together. This karmic cycle needs to end so they can make plans. Page of Earth. Okay? His last message is that right now, I'm just going through the dark night of the soul again. He's going through something major. He's in the death's energy. Remember, on Friday, we had transformation. He's going through the dark night of the soul, trying to gain his strength. Remember, strength came up in her 3D, where she's trying to be strong, right? And so, you know, while he's going through this dark night of the soul, he's trying to gain his strength. He's trying to understand his unconditional love for you, so that you can come together with this Two of Cups, with this union, and he will have clarity. So I really do feel like I don't know what's going to happen Wednesday, but I just feel like, man, if you guys are looking for 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles right now, like, I don't know if that's going to happen. There is some heavy, heavy energy here around cycles ending that I just feel like it's going to take a little bit of time, okay? And right now, I think that the feminine is going to feel a lot of the heavy energy, or has the potential to, and that's why she's like, Seven of Wands, I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to choose myself. So I really feel like that is why she's trying to detach, because she knows he is going through something. She knows he doesn't have his words or thoughts or heart space in the right spot because he's just going through a transformation. Before I get to her 3D messages, I want to tell you, bottom of the deck for the Oracle, commitment. You know, commitment. He wants a commitment. She wants a commitment. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is about expressing love, something they're not able to do at this time. Okay, for her, patience. She's kind of done being patient. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because it comes out with the Queen of Wands. You know how I feel about the Queen of Wands? Fiery, independent. She will cut the cord. Okay, she's like, I've been patient long enough. I'm going back into my Queen of Wands energy, and this is the Knight of Wands. This is like this in and out is not going to work, because remember, these two have reconnected physically and in the 3D and in the 5D. Anyway, in every which way, they have reconnected. And she's like, this in and out energy, yes, we have passion, but this in and out energy is not going to work. So I'm ending this relationship at this time for this period of time while you process. And so she is ending the connection right now. She's ending it. Okay. And Ten of Swords, remember, came up for him in his headspace. First card, it comes up in their connective energy. So right now, they both feel like it's over. But it's like, because like it needs to be. All right. The next card is, because he got the twin flame card. There's no two twin flame cards. So she got soulmate. She's like, I know that you are my divine partner, but you know, you're confused. Seven of Cups. You're procrastinating. Seven of Cups. There are secrets. Remember, she has Seven of Swords. And it is getting in the way of our journey. Chariot, right? Remember, in her Chariot, the Ten of Wands clarified her Chariot. She's like, this relationship is a burden, right? And so the Seven of Cups, where you're confused, you're procrastinating, there's secrets. We have Seven of Swords. She's like, I'm ending the journey at this time because you are not matching me, Six of Pentacles, at my effort. You're not. So I'm guarding myself, Seven of Wands. Next message, forgiveness, okay? Just because she's ending the relationship doesn't mean she hasn't forgiven him. She's like, I forgive you. But we have an inability to work as a team, Three of Pentacles. We're not able to work as a team, so it is getting in the way of our new beginning, this Ace of Wands. It's getting in the way of the new beginning and our relationship, this divine connection, this Lover's card, okay? She's like, you know, I've forgiven you, but we are not able to work as a team at this time to have this new beginning and choose this relationship. We're not. So at Ten of Swords all day right now. Last message, victim. She feels like he's being a victim. I don't think she's being a victim because she's in self-love. So the message is, you're being a victim. You have an inability to plan with me, your queen, the Empress, and the King of Cups. The King of Cups, headspace. The King of Cups, match to the Queen. Inability to plan, to make effort, to give to your queen, King of Cups. Okay, he's the King of Cups in here. So she's like, you're playing victim. Woe is me. I'm burdened. I'm trapped in my thoughts. I'm experiencing heartbreak and loss. I'm going through the dark night of the soul. Like, you're going through all the stuff. Okay, she has compassion. But she's like, man, I mean, how many dark nights of the soul are we going to go through here before we even figure this out? Sometimes months, years are passing by, and she's not going to wait. Let's go to current connective energy, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords came out here in the headspace for him, and now it's in the current connective energy. She's cutting the cord for now to save herself. She's cutting the cord right now to save herself any more damage. So in the current connective energy, what do we have? We have Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles just came out under forgiveness. It's like, you know, we should be working as a team. We should be working as a team. We're trying to work as a team. Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, but people are choosing to nurture themselves, okay? There's some grounding here. This Queen of Pentacles is also the feminine's energy, but what I'm really getting is it's this 3D energy, because we have three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. It's like we need to work together and nurture each other, because we have come together. We have had reunion, but we're not able to make it just yet. Ten of Swords. So we've come together. We tried to work together. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting right now. We tried to work together and come together to nurture each other. We have reunited, right, in the 3D, but now we're at the Ten of Swords. Again, we need to end the cycle. We need to end the cycle of pain. You need to heal. He needs to heal. He needs to heal. She needs to heal. And until then, can they have this judgment, this renewal, this rebirth, this second chance? Okay, this real second chance. I just felt like that first coming together, like this communication has been great, but I just feel like maybe they weren't quite ready just yet to truly unite in union. Okay, let's go to future. No, I'm going to say future. Let's go to what the masculine's going to do. Actions the masculine's going to take. The fish in the Lenormand. This is all about wealth and abundance. And so I really feel like, and that's come up before, that he's focusing on his pentacles, okay? He's hopeful. The sun card, the sun blesses everything. And so what I really got is until he gets his wealth in order, he won't be hopeful. And until then, this relationship is over. And there will be no movement forward with the writer because this is a burden cross. Carrying burdens. He's in 10 of Wands. He told you that this 3D space, that clarified third party. What's his burden? His burden is he doesn't feel like he is up to par. His burden is also that he's unable to communicate that. His burden is also he doesn't even know how to communicate his feelings. So until he gets his wealth in order and gains his self-confidence back with the Sun card, this relationship center of the deck, the coffin, the relationship is over. We cannot progress forward. And until then, this relationship becomes a burden. Not on him, not just on him, but on her too. Okay? Let's go to the Akashic Records. Where are we? Right now in this contract, two worlds. They are living in two separate worlds at this time. Okay? While they are maybe in still some communication, they're in two different worlds. But they have come together. This is children. Five of Roses. They have this relationship is about coming together for some sort of birth of children. Okay, there's some sort of commitment or contract here around kids because this was a fated meeting. Again, they're definitely on track in the sense that they're in two worlds right now. She's saving herself and he's trying to save her from any future pain by working on himself. We got the Six of Cups for him, and then now the Garden. Two of Cups, and we've had this in previous cards where there's this wanting of this Four of Wands. We've had 10 of Cups for them before, and so there is this desire to create together. Okay, and because this is a fated meeting, again, we got fated meeting and the Twin Flame card in this deck, but again, just because this is a twin flame connection, that's the label, doesn't mean you have to stay stuck. But the bottom of the deck, as I mentioned earlier, is Archangel Gabriel, and he's helping them at this time with their communication, okay? Bottom of the deck for the Lenormand, was the Tower. The Tower is not what you think. It's not the same as the traditional tarot. It's about protection. It's about protection. It's about authority. And so again, I go back to he's protecting himself and her from his burdens at this time. He is burdened, okay? And he doesn't want to inflict any more pain upon her, and nor does she want to have any more pain because of him. That's why she is choosing himself, and that is why we have tens everywhere. So here's what we have. Future energies. Remember, these are loose. It comes up because this relationship is very challenged at this time. In the future, Six of Pentacles. So, there's a possibility to have equal give and take. There is hope in the future with the Star card. The sun does shine. Okay, people start to feel more confident about themselves. But we still go into Five of Cups because maybe the wounds are too deep. Okay, Five of Cups is about regretting behaviors, loss, seeing all of the missed opportunities and not seeing the Two of Cups behind you because you're in too much sadness and loss, okay? I hate to end the reading that way, but it's just how it came out, and I honestly didn't want to pull more cards to manipulate it into any, because I don't do that. I'm a straightforward reader. I'm going to give you how it goes. But, you know, I hate to end it on the Three of Swords, but it's in the future energy. And just know things can change. Things can change if people start to communicate better. Things can change if wounds start to heal. So, the thing is, there is hope in the future. The sun does shine, but maybe the wounds are too deep that they're not able to get over their sadness and their heartbreak and loss. And so, at this point in time, it's maybe best to choose yourself. Always choose yourself. If you're interested in your own personal reading with me, please reach out to me through queenoflight1111.com. All of my services are listed on my website there. And I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you all so much for your comments, for your feedback, for your donations, for your business. Thank you so much. And again, if you're interested in booking, please go to my website, queenoflight1111.com. Have a great Monday, everybody. Bye-bye.